The original Grapple Dog was released 2 years ago and soon became an instant classic, mainly thanks to its eye-popping visuals and great gameplay. Its sequel aims to deliver more of that, and you are in the right place to find out how. The question is, has Joseph Gribbin and his crew pulled off another great game? Well, I want to give a massive thanks to Dead Good Media and Super Rare Games for the review copy, and to you for popping in and checking this video out. And if you like what you see, as always, subscribe because it's free. And now let's get on with the show. The story starts with a recap of the first game and how its events triggered the awakening of a greater threat, which will affect the entire multiverse. Pablo swings back into action, however this time he's not alone. Another gun-toting grapple dog named Luna is eager to defeat Veer and restore peace once and for all. The shattered All Crystal must be recovered from Veer's generals. Luna has her own vendetta against the multidimensional invaders, and as the story progresses, you'll learn what makes her so cold towards others. Grapple Dog's Cosmic Canines is a 2D platformer that heavily emphasizes collecting items scattered through levels. The main items to collect are keys needed to open the passage to the world's boss and gain the All Crystal Shard. As with similar games, some collectibles come in the form of fruit. These are used as currency to buy cosmetics, upgrades, and even unlock bonus levels on the map. The game plays well thanks to its tight mechanics and clever level design. Both dogs share similar traits such as wall grabbing and kicking and their trusty grapple hooks. Pablo can punch and bounce off enemies as he could in his previous installment. Some levels will have him using power-ups that add an extra level of complexity to the mix. Luna, the newcomer, is more geared for offensive and lateral traversal. She can dash mid-air, which negates any damage, and can also use her gun to defeat enemies and shoot switches. Her power-ups come in the form of different ammo loadouts. These new mechanics help invigorate an already great platformer, further enhancing the experience. It also means that the developer has been able to explore the physics-based gameplay in new ways, rather than just relying on the titular grappling hook alone. These power-ups live in specific stages and are essential to reach the end. You could argue that having them as permanent unlockables would enhance experience further. However, they make the whole experience feel like an old school classic. Think of games like Donkey Kong Country, where the levels had the animal friends, for example. Those unique aids gave the level some personality and uniqueness. There is a lot here for platformer fans. Levels come in different variations: standard ones, time attack versions, where a task must be completed as quickly as possible. The latter tests your skills and talent. High score junkies will be glad to know that standard levels can be replayed as time trials too. After collecting enough keys, the world boss level can be challenged. These battles were varied and not too difficult, although I have to say I found Destian challenging, but I needed to get good fast, and eventually I defeated him. My only issue was a single soft lock that required a game reboot. Bear in mind that this game has only been out for a week and a bit, and I'm sure that the developer is already working hard on a fix. Overall, this is a well-balanced platformer. Grapple Dog's iconic visuals return, combining flat colors with thick outlines and geometry. The dog duo will traverse dense forests full of giants to futuristic cities where monkeys drive flying vehicles. The clever use of parallax in the background gives the game its visual depth, but it's also the little details in the foreground that bring the world to life. The little birds that fly away on approach, or the eye-catching billboards that cover the skyscrapers, which help build the world that Pablo and Luna are trying to save. There's a lot of visual lore in this game. Apart from that, there's several NPCs you can interact with in different stages, and although they offer small talk at best, it added to the humor and fleshed out some of the game's characters. Don't skip them entirely though. Some conversations may provide useful information. My favorite levels were the noir-inspired Casablanca. Deprived of color, the 1920s styled stages full of cats felt like playing on a Game Boy Pocket, so it was nostalgic on two levels. If this isn't your thing, try out the rainbow stages that marry music and visuals via a metronome. Objects in the foreground are white, including your dog, and the beats, switches, platforms around. None of this would be possible without the great soundtrack. Some sweet tunes will catch you bopping along to its Jet Set Radio-esque tunes while swinging around levels. The fusion of jazz and scratching is sublime. Make sure you download the soundtrack. I will leave a link down below. The overall presentation oozes tons of love and attention to detail. The level intros are particularly a nice touch. The game is out now for £11.99 or your original equivalent, and this has an added 20% discount until September 26th. Grapple Dogs Cosmic Canines is exactly what we hope to see in a sequel. It keeps some of the best parts of the first game and adds more to the formula whilst balancing difficulty and gameplay, which can be a tough thing to do. Medallion Games seem to have spent the last 2 years wisely in brewing a platformer that offers fun and challenging gameplay. This sits up there with the great games that inspired it and is an essential pickup for fans of the genre. I am particularly looking forward to Super Rare Games' physical announcement. We give Grapple Dogs Cosmic Canines an outstanding 9 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching the review, everyone. Hope you liked it. I hope it was succinct and straight to the point and you got enough information. Apologies for the delay. I've had a few things going on in the real world, but I'm happy I managed to get through this review, and it was a labor of love, really. I really enjoyed doing it. Let me know if you're going to pick this one up. Check out our other videos, and yeah, if you want to see more of our reviews, just hit all the bells, tick all the boxes and all that. If you want to grab any of the games mentioned here physically, or the upcoming Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster Collection, and simultaneously support the channel, please use our PlayAsia affiliate link down below. Free shipping on orders over $100. And if you're looking for the cool looking GameCube controller, the Nixie Wizard, please use our affiliate link for that in the description below. Use coupon code GRINNY for 10% off. And as always, stay safe everyone. Peace.